Monday was excruciating, but hey, we got Dinger Tuesday. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and I'm still frustrated from Monday. I'm not going to lie. This is one of those days I just threw my arms up. I was like, this looks like a 3-0 day. And then somehow everything turned against me, and I lost on the hook like on everything. Then we pushed. We went 0-2-1. It is what it is. It's baseball. I know these things happen. We're going to go over the recap in a bit, but it was just bonkers. Anyways, it's indeed Dinger Tuesday. So leave a comment with your favorite home run bet below. But of course, you must leave the odds and the sports book that you founded because the higher odds will win this one. Tie-in odds goes to the longest home run hit. The winner gets 2 free months of Outlier. And speaking of Outlier, any graphics you see in this video or future videos, you're going to see it in some NFL videos here in a few weeks as well. It's all from Outlier. It's the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. I got a dad joke. Here we go. I took an origami class for a while, but I gave it up. It turns out I fold under pressure. Anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups, the pitcher strikeout matchups, the full 15-game pitcher report, and of course, we'll end it with the best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community as we talk baseball every single day, and we got NFL right around the corner. So let's get it rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, I am going to try to stay calm, but I'm going to tell you this is one of the probably top 3, top 5 most frustrating baseball days, and this is pretty much my season, at least in a nutshell. Over 8 runs, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee just was about to be a ton of runs. 7 runs after 4 innings, and we end on 8 for a push. In fact, that total got up to 9. That was incredible CLV I got, all for nothing, because that's what happens sometimes. But either way, it's a push. All team total parlay, 1 unit play. This one hurt. Yankees team total over 2.5, easy cash. Hit bomb after bomb off Zebby. Red Sox team total over 1.5. I think it was like a second inning cash. I'm thinking, you know what? Here we go. I got a lot of runs in Milwaukee. I got 2 legs down easy. All I need is the Diamondbacks to not score 6 off of a top 3 starting pitcher in the major leagues. What do? They absolutely annihilate him. Score more. He's given up more earned runs in that game than he gave up in like the last 40 innings or something crazy. I don't know what else to say. And then they get to 5, and I think, you know what? I still got a chance. It just doesn't look good. Blaze Alexander hits a solo bomb to score 6 in like the 6th or 7th inning. That was their final run. They lose 7-6, and I get hooked. As you can tell, I'm frustrated today, just reading off the results from yesterday. And then Quintana, under 17.5 outs, was a half unit added play. He had 75 pitches through 4 innings. I mean, this guy goes like 90 pitches, and he squeaked out with a quick 5th inning and got to the 6th. He was on his last batter because I think he was in the low 90s pitches, and they let him stay out one more. He got the out, 6 innings, of course, on the hook there. So it is what it is. Again, just one of those seasons where I just can't catch enough breaks to get over the hump. But there it is. Overall record, there's the breakdown of everything and the recap for Monday. And now it's time for the hitter matchups. All right, we got a ton of good hitter matchups for you today. This is page 1, including Jock Peterson. How about that? Struggling this year, but for the Rangers, 9 for 19, 4 home runs off Anthony DeSclafani. Wasn't Peterson the guy that wore the pearl necklace when he was hitting in the World Series? Anyways, I believe he did that. Just off topic. But either way, Brian Reynolds, 14 for 36 with a home run off Peralta. You see Nimmo hitting the ball well off Spencer Strider. You go down the list. How about Gunnar Henderson, 6 for 13 off George Kirby. Kyle Tucker, 4 for 13. You see Freeman there. And then over there on the right side, Mookie Betts, who's swinging a hotter bat lately, although the Dodgers offense did nothing today. But Betts, 3 for 10. Shohei down there, 4 for 10, both off Tyler Anderson. Shohei's 4 hits also were all extra base hits, just so you guys know. And then Josh Naylor of the red hot, scalding hot, unbelievably hot Seattle Mariners. 6 for 9, 2 extra base hits, and a bomb off of Dean Kramer. Arozarena right below him. How about 3 for 9 with a couple Jimmy Jacks as well? So that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Now let's take a look at page 2. How about another Mariner? That's right. Julio Rodriguez, 5 for 8 with a home run off Dean Kramer as well. You got Yelich there. Corey Seager's been up and down this year, but 4 for 8 with a home run off DeSclafani. And then Iglesias and Kiner Falefa finish it out. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. McNeil, Brian Hayes, J.P. Crawford, the Mariner, 1 for 12 with 4 Ks against him. O'Neill Cruz struggled against Peralta as well, and Eugenio Suarez against Kramer. Over there on the right side, nothing real big names. Luis Robert, 0 for 10, those 6 Ks off Jack Flaherty, and then Marte you see there with 4 Ks off Strider. So that's what we got for all the hitter matchups. Now let's talk some Ks. All right, I got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today, and we start out with George Kirby Puckett at the Orioles. Baltimore, 11th highest K rate versus righties last 3 weeks, 23.3%. 23% is kind of that line I look for when I do these, so this is obviously a border one. But Kirby, 83 Ks in 78 innings this season. He has 6 or more strikeouts in 4 of his last 5, and in fact, he has 9 strikeouts in 2 of his last 3. Higher K rate on the road, around 29% compared to just 23.9 at home. Identical righty-lefty splits. I mean, exactly identical. He did face the Orioles on June 3rd. He only had 3 Ks in 5 innings. Again, June 3rd, long time ago, but just I do want to point that out. And then Spencer Strider at the Mets. Mets, 12th highest K rate versus righties, right at that border with a 23.2% K rate. Strider, 98 Ks in 82.1 innings. He has been struggling lately, but still missing some bats. 6+ Ks now in 5 of his last 6. And then slightly lower K rate on the road, 26.6 compared to 29.2 at home. He does have a higher K rate versus righties, 30.1% to 26.1 against lefties. He has already faced the Mets twice this season. He had 8 Ks in both starts, 16 Ks total in 11 innings. So that's what we got for the first 2. Now let's check out the final one, the lefty Jorge Lopez. No, it's not. It's Jacob Lopez versus the Rays. Rays, highest K rate versus lefties in the last 3 weeks. The absolute highest, 31%. Lopez, 94 Ks in 77.2 innings this year. He is coming off an absolute beauty. If you remember in his last start, I gave him out as a lean for over 5.5 Ks, I think it was. He had a 10 strikeout start against the Washington Nationals. He had 6+ Ks now in 6 of his last 10 starts. He does have a higher K rate at home as well, 32.9%, just 23.8 on the road. So when he strikes out, guys, it's usually at home. Slightly higher K rate versus lefties, 30.4% and 27.7% versus righties. Weirdly, though, like Kirby, he only had 1 K in 3.2 innings versus the Rays on June 30th. Again, that might have been a time where the Rays were swinging a hot bat. Lopez had a little slump in the middle, but just want to point out the little head-to-head matchup there. So that's what we got for the best pitcher strikeout matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. Again, all the averages are on the bottom. We like to give this out every single day to help you out. George Kirby against Dean Kramer in Baltimore. Kirby now gone 6+ innings in 6 of his last 7 starts, giving up just 4 earned runs in his last 18 innings with 24 Ks in that span. So he's looking like he's turned a corner, starting to find his old form. Dean Kramer, who's had a great season, he's starting to fall apart a little bit for the first time this year. He's now given up 3+ earned runs in 3 straight starts. In fact, he's given up 12 earned runs and 20 hits in the last 17 innings. And then Ranger Suarez, the lefty, against Brady Singer. Suarez starting to struggle a little bit, giving up 3+ earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts now. He's given up 8 earned runs and 13 hits in his last 2 starts, which is over 13.1 innings. Singer, we're going to talk about a little bit more lately, can struggle with his command, but he's coming off a rough start. 6 hits and 4 earned runs allowed with 4 walks at Pittsburgh. But Jansen Junk against Logan Allen. Junk has not been pretty for Junk. It's been a bunch of junk, to be honest with you. In the last 4 starts, over 20 innings, exactly 5 innings in all of them. So not going super deep, giving up 25 hits and 16 earned runs in those 20 innings. Logan Allen of the Guardians, been okay this season, giving up a lot of hits lately, been better at home, but he has given up 27 hits in his last 23.2 innings along with 10 earned runs. Now, TBD for the Twins against Carlos Rodon of the Yankees. Rodon has not been as dominant as he usually is lately. Giving up 11 earned runs in his last 20 innings, has gone 5.1 innings or less in 4 straight starts. And then Ben Brown versus Jose Barrios. Brown, we've talked about him before this year. He's gone 5 or less innings in 5 straight starts now. He had a few good starts, and then he's gotten absolutely rocked in a few other ones. That's why you see a 6.04 ERA. Like we've talked about many times, he's a 2-pitch guy. If both are working, they can look pretty good with his command and everything. But, I mean, it's not common, and if one pitch is off, this guy can struggle quite a bit. So, anyways, next one, Spencer Strider versus Clay Holmes. Strider got blasted last start. He gave up 11 hits and 5 earned runs to the Red Hot Brewers, giving up 18 hits now in his last 9.2 innings. That's like 2 hits per inning. That's pretty incredible for Spencer, in a bad way. Holmes, started to turn around a little bit lately, giving up 2 or less earned runs now in 4 of his last 5 starts. We thought he was kind of wearing down, but again, he's not missing bats like we've talked about. His K rate has plummeted. And then Mitchell Parker against Michael Waka Waka. Parker, one of the worst lefties in the majors this year. At least that's what I think myself. Giving up 12 earned runs and 18 hits in his last 9 innings. That's right, 2 hits per inning. Giving up 3+ earned runs in 7 of his last 10 starts now. And then Waka giving up 2 or less earned runs in 5 straight. He's only given up, this is pretty crazy. That's why you see a low, excuse me, losing my voice. That's why you see a low 7.9 hits per 9 innings. He's only given up 16 hits in his last 30.1 innings. That's pretty impressive. And then Jack Flaherty versus TBD. Flaherty was starting to look good until he gave up 8 hits and 5 earned runs with just 3 strikeouts last start against the Twinkies. And then right now, as of the night before, the White Sox did not have a pitcher listed. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's check out page 2. And we start out with Paul Skeens against Freddie Peralta. We are going to talk about this matchup in a little bit. Then Kyle Freeland versus Liberatore. Freeland, another Rockies pitcher who just hasn't been good. We've talked about it all season long, giving up 3+ earned runs in 7 of his last 10. And then Liberatore, been decent lately, giving up 4 earned runs in his last 12.2 innings. Not going deep into games, though. He's usually looking around 70 to 80-ish pitches. And then Desclafani versus Jack Leiter. Desclafani giving up 1 or less earned run in 4 of his last 5 starts, but he's only really going around 3 or 4 innings every time. Leiter, you guys know the drill with him. This man cannot throw strikes. He's incapable. He has 3+ walks in 5 straight. And in fact, in his last 25 innings, this man has 18 walks. Not allowing many hits. Because why? Well, it's hard to hit balls. That's for sure. Balls outside the zone, if you know what I mean. Anyways, Dustin May. That's right. Carrot Top himself going up against Spaghetti. May have been a rough season for him. Giving up 3+ earned runs now in 7 of his last 10. A new uniform does not really matter to me. He just hasn't looked as good as I thought he would this year. And then Spaghetti, he had his first start back after hitting a broken hand or thumb or something from batting practice back in April. He did not look good after 4 months off. It was ugly. Gave up 11 hits and 5 earned runs in just 3.2 innings at Miami. And then Ed Sheeran versus Tyler Anderson. Sheeran, good for around 75 pitches. He's only given up 8 hits and 2 earned runs in his last 13.2 innings. He's been fine there. Above average K rate, you see there at 25%. Then Anderson, this man has not been good. He's given up exactly 4 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. It's been rough for him. And then Nasty Nestor Cortez against Robbie Ray. Cortez, in his first start in 4 months, he gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and 3 walks with 3 Ks at Arizona. And then Robbie Ray, having a solid season, giving up 2 or less earned runs in 7 of his last 8. He just keeps chugging along. Good K rate there. Obviously, he can struggle with command a little bit sometimes. But we end it with Shane Boz versus Jacob Lopez. Boz struggling lately with 19 earned runs given up in his last 18 innings. You shouldn't have more earned runs than innings, in case you don't know baseball. But he's gone 5 or less innings now on 4 straight starts, so not going deep into games. The lefty, Jacob Lopez, we already talked about it. He had 10 strikeouts in that last start, going 7.2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 0 earned runs. He has now pitched 17 consecutive scoreless innings, so it's been pretty impressive for him. But that's what we got for the 15-game pitcher report and all the research help. Now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Cincinnati, where the Reds host the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies on the money line -157. Reds on the money line +128 with a total of 9 runs. I'm going to go a half-unit player prop here. Give me Brady Singer under 15.5 outs recorded, -115 on DraftKings. Let's talk Mr. Singer. He has gone under this line now in 13 of 23 games this year. And as you can see by this outlier screenshot, he's under in 7 of 12 starts at home as well. He's gone over this line, as you see there, in 3 straight home games. But before that, but those 3 games, Colorado, Tampa Bay, and the Atlanta Braves. Before that, he had gone under in 5 straight home starts. Now, Singer's a guy who can struggle with his command. At home, he has a 10% walk rate. He also struggles the second time through the order, a 6.26 ERA the second time through. That's where he gets into trouble and why he doesn't make it too deep into games. This is why I like it. He also struggles big time versus lefties. 267 average, 143 whip, and a 4.5 xFIP. 11 of his 14 home runs given up have been to lefties. Phillies, they obviously have a lot of lefty power in their lineup. And overall, the last 3 weeks versus righties, they have the 2nd highest WRC+, 8th highest on-base percentage, 5th highest batting average. I expect them to get to Singer here in a very hitter-friendly park. It's going to be 95 degrees at first pitch. And here's the final reason I like it. The Reds' bullpen, extremely fresh. Andrew Abbott, if you don't know, just went 7.2 innings. Santillan threw 4 pitches. Barlow threw 18.
Any sign of trouble should mean a quicker hook here, because they got all the arms and they need to throw them because again they're really fresh. These have been all over the place kind of this year. It seems like last year I had a lot of luck with these outs props, and this is one of the few bets where it depends on the manager's decision. Sometimes it's right there between a win or a loss, and it depends if that manager comes out of the dugout and takes him out or not. But I really I see the Phillies getting to him. I see 5 innings kind of as his maximum. So give me Brady Singer under 15.5 outs as my first best bet. All right, this first one takes us out to Milwaukee, where the Brewers host the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brew Crew on the money line minus 118, Pirates money line plus 100, with a total of 7 runs. You know where I'm going. I mean, do I need to explain it? Give me the Brewers on the money line minus 118 on FanDuel for 1 unit here. We have the hottest team on the planet at minus 118 at home versus Pittsburgh. Sign me up. Now, I know Skeens is on the mound, but we also have Freddie Peralta on the mound. So let's talk about it. Skeens, he is a stud. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not, but he also doesn't go very deep into games. I'm not worried about 7 to 8 shutout innings or anything. On the road, he really has not gone deep. How about just 5 innings or less in 4 straight? I mean, if we're getting 5 innings from him, that's not that crazy. We're getting 4 innings from this bullpen, and it's not like you can't score off him either. In the last 5 road starts, he's given up 2+ earned runs in 4 of those 5 starts. The Brewers also are a team that has seen him twice already. Skeens only went 4 innings, giving up 4 earned runs against the Brewers on June 25th. And then he gave up 4 hits and 1 earned run in 6 innings and a good start on May 23rd. So overall, 10 innings, 5 earned runs allowed versus Milwaukee. Nothing like, just crazy that you don't think Milwaukee can get any runs here. And then Peralta, been solid this season, a little rocky lately. He has also gone 5 or less innings in 4 straight. So 2 guys that are just not going to be going deep right now. In 2 starts versus Pittsburgh, 4 earned runs in 9.1 innings total. So similar numbers to Skeens versus Milwaukee here. Brewers have won 8 of the last 10 Peralta starts. Pirates have won 6 of the last 10 Skeens' starts. Now, offenses, I'm not going to go deep into it. You guys know it's not even close. Top 3 offense in Milwaukee versus the bottom 5 offense versus righties in Pittsburgh. It just has not been pretty. And now, like we talked about, the pitcher's not going deep. This is why I like it. If we get both pitchers going 5, maybe 6 innings, that means we're going to have a battle of the bullpens for 3 to 4 innings. Big advantage to the Milwaukee Brewers. It's not even close. Pittsburgh traded away some guys, and they are just not a very good bullpenner either. So, I mean, if we get a 2-2 tie, 1-1, or even down 2-1 after 5 innings and Skeens gets taken out, you got to feel pretty good for a Brewers team that can score in absolute bunches. This team is a machine. Pirates offense does not scare me one bit, and Paul Skeens not going deep into games is helpful. They honestly, we should get Milwaukee probably at minus 135, minus 140 here. I know it's weird against Paul Skeens, but this team overall is finding ways to win. They're finding ways to score. Give me the Brew Crew on the money line as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to Cleveland, Ohio, where the Guardians host the Miami Marlins. Guardians on the money line minus 145, Marlins money line plus 119 with a total of 9 runs. I'm going to go with a bet I haven't done in a while, honestly, but give me the Guardians team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings at minus 105 on DraftKings for a half unit here. So, like I said, I don't usually do first 5 team totals, or at least I haven't lately. I do like these bets, though. This isolates just from the Cleveland offense versus Jansen's junk. That's right. So let's talk Jansen's junk first. This man is struggling, to say the least. He has gone exactly 5 innings in 4 straight starts, given up 3, 6, 3, and 4 runs. So that's right. 4 straight opponents have gone over this line against him. He's given up 25 hits in his last 20 innings, only 12 strikeouts in 20 innings. Sorry, guys, I am exhausted and my brain is shutting down when I'm trying to read my notes. But he struggles big time versus lefties, giving up a high 298 average, 419 slugging, and a 1.36 whip. Now, the Guardians offense in the last 3 weeks versus righties, 11th highest WRC plus, 9th lowest K rate, 7th highest walk rate. This team is playing well, and one of the big reasons is the offense. And why I like this one, I just mentioned junk struggles versus lefties. This offense is loaded with lefties. I expect around 6 in the lineup. In fact, the first 4 hitters in the lineup he could face, Steven Kwan, Schneemann, Jose Ramirez, Kyle Manzardo, it could just be a plethora of lefties. And these guys, the Guardians, have scored 2+ runs off righty starters in 8 straight. I know we need 3, but I mean, we're talking a team that has scored 2 or more runs off of every righty starter in 8 straight starts. I know, and after that, not only that, they face some guys that are better than Junk. Jansen Junk has just not been good. He had a decent start to the season, but after that, the book has been out on him. His Ks have gone down. People are hitting him left and right. But a lot of this has to do with that matchup as well. He struggles versus lefties, and that is not a good sign when you are facing the Guardians. So Give me the Guardians team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings. That is my third and final best bet on the video. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below on X, on Discord, on the website, just to betoutside.com as well. So that's what we got. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My 3 best bets so far. Brady Singer under 15.5 outs recorded at -115 for a half unit. The Brew Crew on the money line, -118 for 1 unit. And the Guardians team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings for a half unit. Let's get some winners. I'm going to pretend Monday didn't even happen. Let's have a great Tuesday. Again, don't forget to leave your Dinger Tuesday bets below with the odds and the sports book. But hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.